My name's Tony Boncory. I'm the Vice President of National Accounts at FloWater. For a long time, I was an athlete, a mixed martial artist, baseball player, and super excited that I had an opportunity to come over back into the health and wellness industry and support a company like FloWater. What we do at FloWater is relatively simple. We provide the best hydration, the best tasting water, the safest water on the planet for many different verticals, including fitness, hospitality, retail, corporate, and education.
Excellent. Tony, as you know, BFS recently published its State of the Industry report, and which includes a scorecard of 6 key metrics. 2 of those key metrics are churn and LTV. The most profitable studios minimize their churn to less than 5% a month, and their average LTV is 2 years or more. Talk to us for a few seconds about how FloWater can enhance client experience, thereby resulting in improved churn and LTV.
Sure. I think it's relatively simple. Clients expect consistency from a brand standard perspective. And one of the things that FloWater does from a differentiation standpoint is make your water consistent from location to location. And as it relates to LTV, I think clients really don't expect water to be one of those drivers. So when you walk into a studio that has FloWater, you know what you're going to get. You know that the water is going to be high quality. You know it's going to taste great. You know it's going to re-energize you. It's going to reinvigorate the electrolytes. It's going to be pH balance between 8.5 and 9. It really differentiates an amenity that I think a lot of studios take for granted. In fact, we know that there are members that are current members or clients of certain studios that will come in just to get the water because that amenity exists. So definitely helps with LTV. It definitely helps with the overall satisfaction of your clients.
And tell us about FloWater's experience working with some of the exponential brands.
Yeah, of course. So quite a few years ago, Exponential was seeking out a brand standard for water, and they really figured out that FloWater could be that differentiator. So what we've been able to do is work with all the brands underneath the Exponential banner and become their brand standard. So unconditional of what brand you go under or you go into in the Exponential banner, you're going to experience that FloWater. It is in all of their locations. It's a brand standard across their footprint.
And again, why is FloWater? What's special, unique, and extraordinary about FloWater? What's different from bottled water? How is it different from your other competitors, refilling station competitors? What's different?
Yeah, sure. So the way that FloWater works is we really break down water to its barest form. We remove all of the sediment, all of the chemicals, all the bacteria, the viruses, all the microplastics, nanoplastics. We get it down to 99.9% water. And then what we do on the flip side is we clean it. We use an activated oxygen that cleans the water and makes it sterile. And then we add back in electrolytes, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. We put trace minerals in there. Trace minerals equivalent to what you would experience in a serving of broccoli or kale. And then at the end, we put it through a coconut fiber filter, and we make it really crisp. We're the only company in the world that has these 7 stages of filtration that make the water very, very crisp and very, very good to drink. Best tasting water, healthiest water on the planet.
That sounds awfully complicated. Is this really meant for a single location studio owner or small business that doesn't have a whole technical staff? Can they have FloWater as well?
Yeah, we're very diverse. There is no limitations. It's a fit for companies that have multiple locations, regional companies, even small businesses. I know many small businesses that have them in there. In fact, I have a lot of friends that have it in there. My wife is a current gym owner. We have the product in there. It's a fantastic solution for everybody. Our members love it. The members in our facility love it. The members at other facilities, we hear about it all the time. They recognize the brand. They recognize the name because of the experience with FloWater. It's good for everybody.
And talk about the requirements to install a FloWater in a studio. For example, I know some gym owners and studio owners have shied away from adding a cold plunge into their facility because of all the complications with plumbing. How complicated is it to put a FloWater refilling station in the average studio or gym?
No, it's not complicated at all. All we need is access to power, water, and drain. We need to be within 50 to 75 feet of the water in the drain, and it's a really plug-and-play system. So if you have a sink, if you have a current LK system or any type of hydration system, if it's near a bathroom, it's really easy. So if I've installed a couple of them, and if I can do it, anybody can. So it's pretty simple installation.
So is this like one of those stations where I have to order, get like 5 gallons of water and have storage space for all the refills? Is it complicated like that?
No, not at all. That's a great question. So one of the things that we find and one of the advantages that we have is we actually free up space for facilities. So if you're using a 5 gallon solution that's sitting on a unit, you either have to pay for those 5 gallon jugs, on a pretty regular basis. People go through water quick. You got to lease the dispenser. Plus you have to be able to store X amount, 20, 30 of these jugs at a time. That's completely eliminated. So our unit stands around 6 feet tall, 18 inches wide. We just need a place for it, and that's all the space we need.
Excellent. What else do gym and studio owners need to know about FloWater as they're contemplating, as they're considering bringing a FloWater refilling station into their space? What else do they need to know?
I'll make it really simple. Once your client base starts talking about you having FloWater in your facility, you're going to see an increase in customers. You're going to see an increase in overall satisfaction. Your clients are going to be posting on your social media about how good the water is. They'll take pictures next to the FloWater station. It will change the dynamics of your particular studio or academy or your gym. It's pretty amazing. I have many, many examples of this happening, even in the gym that my wife owns, unsolicited, where our members are taking pictures talking about FloWater. It's a pretty amazing experience. So in my wife's studio, this is one of the things that we noticed is once we placed this unit in there, people were normal. We actually had a 5 gallon system in there and we were running out of water pretty quick and we couldn't keep up. So we decided to go down the FloWater path because it's constant. It's connected to tap water and we make it an amenity for everybody to use. So after we started sharing the benefits of it and the health aspects of the FloWater system, we now have members that will literally bring in 2 gallon igloo jugs. We have some that bring in, the 2 gallon, I hate to say this, but the 2 gallon milk cartons, they're constantly filling the water. I personally love it because that means that they're aware of their health and wellness and they're doing something that's better for them. And they're getting the benefits of the electrolytes, the trace minerals, and the pH level of the FloWater on a regular basis.
Now, what about the gyms that are making money from selling water? How are they going to, how does having a FloWater refilling station affect the P&L if I'm making money from selling $3 to $5 bottles of water?
Sure. It's a great question. So one of the things that we did, and I can speak firsthand, and we actually help promote this and share this with the other companies that we work with, is I went to every single one of my members after we installed it. And I asked them, are you willing to pay $2 to $3 more per month on your membership to have high quality, ultra purified, healthy water? And I would say almost everybody that I asked said yes. They said it's going to save us money from buying bottled water at the convenience store, at the store, and bringing it in. They're just paying $3. Then I also had to promote, take as much as you want. So now you have the best water on the planet. You have access to it at any time in your forefront. The other aspect of it too is we do stuff. We have partnerships where we can co-brand or brand a product. You can literally sell that product next to your FloWater station. And now you have that revenue gap that you were talking about with plastic bottles. The other thing you have to think about is sustainability. How much plastic bottles do you really want to promote and put out there? We're able to eliminate all plastic bottle use, the single plastic bottle use. I can tell you as a past gym owner and my wife owning a gym today, when I walk in the morning and all these plastic bottles are sitting around, it's very frustrating. When you install FloWater, that's completely eliminated.